Now we are going to see how to create menu and menu item. Let's implement this inside the edit method. We can create a menu item from text using the CCMenuItemFont class. Here we are going to create a CCMenuItemFont object using its item from string target selector method. The first parameter is a string object, which will be displayed in the menu. The second parameter is the target, which is usually given as self, since we are going to implement the method to be linked in this class itself. The third and last parameter is the selector. Here we have to give the method to be called when this menu is clicked or touched. A selector method is always given inside the directive @selector. Here we are giving the selector method as menu action. A: at the end of the selector means that the object receives a parameter. A selector method usually will have its parameter as sender of type ID. This means the sender of the action will be passed to the selector method when called. In this example, we are going to add 3 menu items, namely play, instructions, and high scores. So we have created the first play menu item. Now copy and paste that line of code 2 times and change the object name and also the string of the item. Let's name the items as item 1, item 2, and item 3. Now we have the menu items ready. Next step is to create a menu using these menu items. We will use CCMenu for creating menus in Cocos2D. We can use the Menus with Items method of CCMenu for creating the menu. Let's name the menu as Main Menu. We have to add the menu items that we have created into the Menu with Items section, so its parameter will be an array of menu items. As all the arrays in Objective-C, this also ends with a nil delimiter. So here we are adding item 1, item 2, and item 3 to the main menu. The order of showing the menu item will be the order in which they are added to the menu. It is possible to align the menu items of a menu using various methods that are associated with CCMenu. Let's align the menu items of the menu vertically using the method alloginItems vertically with padding. The parameter passed to this method is the floating value, which denotes the spacing between the menu items in the menu. Let's give the padding size as 10 in this example. Now we have created menu items and also the menu using the menu items. Next, we have to add the resultant menu to the scene. This can be added using addChild method of the class. Next, we have to implement the menu action method. First, we can go to the interface file and declare the method. As already mentioned, there is one parameter for the method, which is sender of type ID. Next, we have to implement this method in the implementation file. For this, open the implementation file and write the method definition for the menu action method. Now let's add a new file or scene to the project for loading on selecting a menu. Let's name it as PlayScene. Add the scene method and init method to it as we have added in the other file. Inside the init method, let's remove the existing line of code and add new sets of codes for inserting a label with PlayScene as its text. Now go back to the main menu scene implementation file and import the playscene.h file in it. Next, let's write the code to change the scene to the play scene inside the menu action method. Since we have deleted the Hello World layer class files, we have to change the first loading scene for the project in the app delegate implementation file. So open the app delegate implementation file. First, remove the portion which imports the Hello World layer.h file, and instead import the main menu scene.h file. Now inside the application did finish launching method, remove the Hello World layer and instead add Main Menu Scene in the Run with Scene section. Thus, we have made our main menu scene as the first scene to be loaded once the application is run. Let's go ahead and run the application. We can see that the main menu scene is loaded with a menu with 3 menu items, namely Play, Instructions, and High Scores. Since we have given the code to load the play scene on the menu action method and given the menu action as the selector for all the menu items, if we select any of the menu item, the play scene will be loaded. Let's check by clicking the Instructions menu item. As we can see, the play scene is loaded. Similarly, if we press the Instructions menu item, play scene will be loaded. Now let's create new scenes for the project, which will be loaded when we press a particular menu item. First, create an instruction scene. Follow the same steps used for creating the play scene and change the text of the label to be displayed as instruction scene. Similarly, create a high score scene file and give the label text as high score scene. Now we have to write the code in such a way that if we press the play menu item, it should load the play scene. Similarly, if we press the Instructions menu item, it should load the instruction scene, and if we press the High Scores menu item, it should load the High Scores scene. Since we are using the same selector for all of the 3 menu items, we have to set some property for each menu item so that we can identify them in the selector named Menu Action. So let's tag the property for all the menu items. For the first item, i.e. item 1, let's add the tag as 1. For item 2, give the tag as 2. And for item 3 as 3. Now import the instruction scene and highscorescene.h files inside the main menu scene implementation file. Next, we have to get the menu items inside the menu action method. This can be accomplished by typecasting the sender object, which is of type ID to CCMenuItem. Then let's implement an if-else condition by checking the tag of the sender. If the tag of the sender is 1, i.e. if the sender's tag is 1, then we write the code to load the play scene. Similarly, if the sender's tag is 2, then we write the code to load the instruction scene. And if the sender's tag is 3, then we write the code to load the high score scene. Now let's build and run the application. If we press the play menu, the play scene will be loaded. Similarly, if we press the instructions menu, the instruction scene will be loaded. And if we press the high scores menu, the high score scene will be loaded. Now open the Play Scene implementation file and add a back menu to the scene to go back to the main menu scene. Similarly, add back buttons to the instruction scene and also high score scene. Inside the back button action, write the code to load the main menu scene after importing mainMenuScene.h file. So run the application and we can run back and forth with the menu items added. The back menu in each scene loads the main menu scene. Let's go back to the main menu scene implementation file and see how to customize the menu item font added to the menu. Since it is MenuIteMFont, we can set the font name, font size, and color properties of the menu item using the Set Font Name, Set Font Size, and Set Color methods respectively. We can also set values for these properties by using dot. Here, let's change the font name to Arial, font size to 16, and color to red. The color property takes the CCC3 value, which contains the red, green, and blue values ranging from 0 to 255. Go ahead and run the application. We can see our code in effect here, and the menu item has changed accordingly. Now let's go back to the main menu scene implementation file and see how to add image as menu item. This can be done using the CCMenuItem image class. Let's comment the block of code for creating item 1. Now create an object for the CCMenuItem image class. Use its item from normal image, selected image, target, selector method to create the object. Let's add two images for using in the project. Let's use the first image as the normal image and the second image as the selected image. Also set the tag 1 for the item. Now let's build and run the application to see the change. As we can see, the first item has been replaced from the text play to the image that we have added. The image that we have added as the normal image is shown as menu now. Anyway, if we press the menu, the image of the menu is changed to the selected image. Let's go back to the main menu scene implementation file and see how to add sprite as menu item. This can be done using the CCMenuItem sprite class. Let's create two sprite files using the two images that we have added to the project. Now create an object for the CCMenuItem sprite class. Use its item from normal sprite, selected sprite, target, selector method to create the object. Use the first sprite as the normal sprite and the second sprite as the selected sprite. Now let's build and run the application to see the change. As we can see, the first item has been created using the sprite that we have added. The sprite that we have added as the normal sprite is shown as menu now. Anyway, if we press the menu, the sprite of the menu is changed to the selected sprite. Now let's try changing the alignment of the menu items in the menu from vertically with padding to horizontally with padding. Run the application to see the difference. As we can see, the menu items are now aligned horizontally with a padding size between each item.